Welcome back to another MLB recap, and let's start this one north of the border, where Justin Turner's power jump-started the Blue Jays offense. Now the Royals did strike first on a Nelson Velasquez bouncing ball that skipped past the Blue Jay third baseman, trickling into left field for a double. A batter later, Michael Massey reached base on an infield single. Nelson Velasquez scored on the play to make it 2-0 KC. Now Justin Turner responded in the bottom half of the first as he cranked a 2-run shot down the left field line. This scored Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and tied the game 2-2. An inning later, the Jays DH stepped up to the plate again and produced the same result. This time the ball landed in the second deck out in left field to give Toronto a 3-2 lead. Now Danny Jansen, he got in on the home run fun as well and provided the Blue Jays with a 2-run cushion after his home run. Now hopping over to the 6th inning, Kansas City got to within 1 run following a Kyle Isbell solo home run to center field. This 104-mile-an-hour, 406-foot shot was Isbell's third longest ball of the season. But the Blue Jays quickly regained their 2-run lead as Vladimir Guerrero doubled in Addison Barger from first base. This made it 6-4. Now the Royals made things interesting during their final hacks as Freddie Fermin cracked a solo shot out to left field and made the contest a 1-run game. But ultimately the Blue Jays prevailed in a 6-5 win. Now the Cubs were taking on the Mets in Queens, and Luis Severino was on point throughout this contest. Now after the Cubs went down 1-2-3 in their half of the first, Brandon Nimmo went yard to lead things off for the Mets, giving New York the 1-0 lead. Now heading into this start, Luis Severino was 2-2 on the season with a 2.67 ERA and a 1.26 WHIP, and struck out 26 men thus far in 2024. Now of Severino's 101 pitches during this contest, 68 of them were strikes, and he generated 13 swings and misses in the process, only walking 2 men. Now Severino would take a no-hitter into the 8th until Dansby Swanson hit a blooper over the head of Francisco Lindor to break it up. Now despite not earning the no-hitter, Sevy was just the 3rd man to take a no-hit bid into the 7th inning or later for both the Mets and the Yankees, joining David Cone and Dwight Gooden. Now with 1 out and men on the corners, pinch hitter Nick Madrigal recorded a productive out as he rolled into a forced play at second base. This allowed Madrigal to reach first base safely and Michael Busch to score, tying things up at 1. Now jumping to the 9th inning, as with 2 outs and a man on second, Christopher Morel tomahawked an Edwin Diaz fastball out to the bleachers in left field to give Chicago a 3-1 advantage. The Cubs ended up holding on to that lead for the Game 1 win over the Mets. The struggling Marlins took on the Nationals in Miami and were trying to get in the win column on Monday. Now C.J. Abrams got Washington on the board first after blasting his 7th home run of the season down the right field side off Trevor Rogers. Now jumping to the bottom of the 6th, with Washington up by 3 after a bases-loaded walk from Winker in the 5th, Jazz Chisholm cracked his 4th home run of the year to get Miami within 1 run. However, the Nationals ran away with things a half inning later following a Jesse Winker force out with the bases loaded. This plated Young. Then a wild pitch from Andrew Nardi allowed Abrams to score. It was 5-2 after this play. The final 2 runs of the game crossed after Joey Meneses doubled and Elmardo Vargas singled. Washington won the game by the score of 7-2 over Miami. Now in San Diego, both the Reds and the Padres used their power to crack the scoreboard first. Now Elly De La Cruz cranked a 113-mile-an-hour solo home run out to left center for his 8th bomb of the season to put Cincy up 1-0. However, San Diego's leadoff man Jerickson Profar returned the favor by blasting a ball out of the yard himself to even the game up at 1. Now in the top of the 2nd, with men on 2nd and 3rd, Santiago Espinal hit a sac fly out to Azócar in center field. This brought home Nick Madrigal to put Cincinnati back on top. Then, with Luke Maile batting, Matt Waldron balked, allowing Jeimer Candelario to score. It was 3-1 Reds after 1.5 innings. Now the Reds' bats came through again in the top of the third, with one down following a Spencer Steer double. This hit scored Will Benson from second base, extending Cincinnati's lead by 3 runs. Now in the ninth, Santiago Espinal earned himself another RBI, this time via a solid line drive base hit out to right field. Nick Madrigal, he scored on the play once again to make it 5-1. Now the Padres did earn their second run after Manny Machado grounded an RBI single out to right field, scoring Jake Cronenworth. Nonetheless, the Reds were victorious 5-2 in Southern California. And that's all I got. Please like, please comment, subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you guys later.